Good morning, folks. It's 10:19 a.m. on the 22nd day, 11th month, 2022, and let me get rid of that fan noise. Okay, that should quiet things down a little bit. And yeah, I just gave you the date, and oh my God, would you look at the guilt? Is this a plan for 10 days rain accumulation here off the coast of what I told you yesterday? Right, Maroochydore, this island area here, and you can expect that total to move on down here as the 10 days proceeds along into other 10-day periods, right? Because I was telling you, you got 11 days before your event really starts now. Yeah, 11 and a half. Hey, if you want to get a little more precise, if you want to count in raindrops or inches, or you want to up jump the double on this one, we could subtract a 1 from the 7. We could go all sorts of bending ways of coming up in numerology. All I know is, but that's a shitload of water coming your way. A whole shed load, even. And up here, Townsville way, yeah, you guys are getting it sooner, right? Because you'll start quicker, and then whammo, you're getting it, copping, and as they squeeze the tendril out and move it south towards this direction, you'll dry out a bit, and then they'll get it. Oh my God, this is going to be one hell of an event coming. It is. I see it. The setup is there. Boy, did you get bombed today. The imagery you guys sent is a 100% absolute sickness mix, beyond a shadow of my doubt. There's not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that you have not been absolutely hammered, sprayed, bombed, frayed, geoengineered to the point of nearly a critical mass of atmosphere. If all this rain, if the skies just fell all at once in a chicken little kind of way, boy, that would be a lot on top of you at once. That's a whole blanket of filth. Thousands of miles of filth. Thousands of miles of filth. Everywhere I look, the filth. The guilt is written. Our guilt is written all over the face of Mother Earth of what we're doing, of what is going on. From that square form there of a glitch, from making a cloud, to a glitch making a cloud, to glitches making clouds. See them right here? And the glitchy stains going hard down here in the corner. Boy, are you getting fried. Absolutely fried. Look at this beam line created in the trough. That's created a boundary that's going to pin stuff right here for an initial event, which I guess it's good news for you guys. Which what did you want? Did you want the sickness mix from the air? Did you want the microwaves frying you all through your body and going through the Earth's mantle, vibrating through your bones, which is a fantastic receiver and antenna, by the way, right? Sound waves travel fantastic through your bones. And as you can see this here, if I go a little bit faster, you'll see this waveform. Boop, boop. That's one of those pulsations. Boom. Undulate in the atmosphere. It's actually moving in a wave like that. Moving out. Boom. Boom. With impetus. And it's going to react with this chem. Boy, is this stuff moving too fast for my eyeballs. Oh my God. And we can confirm the imagery at a second source here as oh my God. Look at broken hell. Oh my God. Broken nostrils. Over a national park. Lake Torrent. Will it be a torrent of rain? Will it be a Cambamia asthma situation where they say, oh my God, about that? Will these lines of bombs safely make it away from you without falling out? That's sickness mix, folks. Yep. In the summertime when the radars fry and the chem bombs go and fucking up the skies. In the summertime, you got chem bombs settling nanoparticles in your brain, not just your mind. Do. And if you don't believe in chemtrails, they could kill you just the same. Do. From Toowoomba to Brismore and Lismore Town. Grafton is frying. Look at that shit. They cleared you out. Isn't that nice to see? Except for one big old chemtrail. A chemtrail. A bomb's going off on the coast. Oh, look at at the clouds in the distance this morning. Look at the beautiful sunset. It is not a beautiful sunset if you feel your gas chamber has come to you. And it's gone a lot of distance between when this image was taken and what's going on right now. Frying you. Frying your skies. What's this, the festival of frying ISIS? My God. Look at this. Cluster bombs. Let's see if we can get, that'll clear up a bit. I took a good long time loading, hoping it would go smoother. Well, you can get a basic idea of the lines in the sky, that these are not round, puffy clouds. And you got squares and nucleation points here with what is, fuck is that? Drawing a line, it looks like the compass and square, or is that a sextant getting a bearing? In this guy, who knows? I'll just use an imaginarium shape. That could very well be a language I do not understand. Maybe something that was written on a piece of the metal from the Roswell craft kind of looking things. You know, what's going on here in your skies as we follow this one line? Oh my God. The witch's broom sweeps the cam into a predictable area. The wicked glitches are on, and you are getting fried, and it's kind of a circular pattern, but you'll have a main beam has come up. It's absolutely, you've been beamed. Big beam has come through here. It's absolutely evident. Even this image here will show you a clear out spot. So you've had a big blast, and there's no big blast occurring under here. It seems to be emanating from the probably Hobart. They've got a big fright eddy down there, an east. They got a super darn antenna and probably other stuff since the last time I checked. But it's cleared out its spot. So the best way to see if they have is to go over to Mimic real quick and just do a quick 24-hour grab and see what they're doing. Wow, that's really zoomed up. Here we go. Australia. So something will be. Oh yeah, look at the beam here at the end. See if I can bring this down a bit. I can get at the controls. It's got to go down to 125. Yeah, I know my number. Oh, let's see what they got going on here. I'm jumping back an hour. Each one of those bumps. So I got a curve here. Look, it's all pointing here. Beams come up here. Look at the fry line. It's been set up. I'm going backwards now. I'm doing some jumps. That's a big EMF line. Nearly pointing straight at Newcastle. And curving out to sea. Big beams over here. So the combination of those two could do it. Something big is blasted down here. Look at the curve of the ray coming from up here. It's not necessarily Alice Springs because Alice is here. And you have another one from here. And that could be Alice underlapping. Or you can have a mobile device or a ship at sea. But most likely it's coming from out of Papua. They've got some weather bases here and on some of these islands. Go down a little bit. They have a peak. Yeah, and this cursor's a bastard on this screen, but it's better on others. And you have one coming from out to sea, or possibly Antarctica. I can't see Antarctica on this particular feed. I ain't loading the global 180s, which refers to these numbers here that go up to sides. These are your minutes in degrees. Okay, how many minutes? How many days? Okay, you got to learn your. If you learn those numbers, you can read a map real well. You got another beam here, and it's coming from a ship. It's pinpointing right here. So will I say you have been beamed? 100% I will say you've been beamed. And it was a combination event from the two devices, one here and one here. We'll have done them big ones there. You have a ship at sea, and Alice is active. Okay, let's turn that back up. And verify that a live video is actually occurring. It's in plain sight for anybody's faces. You are 100% correct, Vicky Board. And good morning, folks. Good transmission. Thank you for that feedback, Margaret Lloyd. And thank you for sharing and caring. So let's get back to the what you probably really want to know the most. What's today's forecast? Today's forecast is along some of your coastlines looking actually kind of nice. We go to the rain thunder rumblers here. for today. Yeah, that's what's coming. I told you, I gave you a countdown very accurately. Right? When I do it, I don't play games. Right? If I tell you it's going to rain at blah blah o'clock on blah blah day, it fucking will. Well, I missed it by 15 minutes in Nimbin. They hadn't had rain in a long time. I was talking to an old fella down in the embassy, and I was telling him I do weather stuff. He says, when's it going to rain? And he said, and I looked at my watch. I said, oh, about 3 o'clock. Or I said about 2:45, and it rained at 3 o'clock. And he says, yeah, I think so too, because the black cockatoo was singing. And that's what I learned about the black cockatoo being a weather predictor. Yeah, animals. You got to listen to people when you travel and learn these cool things. Yes, that's a weather forecasting. And the black cockatoo is singing. If you did not know that, you have just learned a piece of Australian Indigenous culture of passing down things to the families to each other. You know, they control burn to control agriculture. Been doing it for thousands and thousands of years. And people act like it's a new thing. No, it has to happen in some places. It's done in a controlled manner by indigenous cultures, controlled burns. Look at how much rain you've gotten. I've been trying to distract myself from all of my godness that's occurring up there in that corner over there, over everywhere I've been showing you the whole time, where you've really been capping it. Because I'll go to a radar to show you that. You've got some terrible, terrible totals through here. And again, this area here has an indigenous population exceeding 100,000 people. 120 or 150,000 people living out here that live off the land in small settlements, and they're going to be flooded out. So they got ample warning from me, and I hope they listened to it, and they didn't shoot their messengers. You know. How long will they kill the prophets while we stand around and look? And then what Bob Marley said. Redemption song, man. And Catherine, you're coming up on. Keep it close to today. You're going to get more swamped starting right around about 27 hours from now, and it's going to when the front comes through, it's going to be a fierce wind in front of it. Oh. It's going to whip a lot of dust in the air that's going to get caught in this main bit of chem, and it's going to go over to cities and mix with that sickness mix. So it takes about 5 hours to go from here to here. Now, maybe about 10 hours from here to here, about 200 mile an hour top wind, something like that. But if you're putting stuff and dispersing stuff along the way, who knows what's in canisters? Who knows? They might have desert dust in that stuff. I suspect it sometimes. I don't believe that people that suggest this climate change lie, and I think it's a lie, is they have aims towards their own profit margins and their own things that they're invested in for their future. You know, you got to destroy the old infrastructure to create the new, right? People call it a reset, call it what you will. But to get these new system that's going to have electric, for instance, for these electric cars and things that are coming out, it's requiring an infrastructure that the electric grid cannot handle. So they'll expect you to make sacrifice for the good of it all. Cold winters and isn't power cuts. Why? Because the surveillance states needs the electric vehicles. They don't want to use that oil that they charge us too much money for, that they pump out of Mother Earth for free. And then the inundation of the rains coming on Sunday the 27th is setting up the squeezing of the pastry bag kind of thing that I told you, that move, where it'll start pulsing the moisture down and moving the funnel like this way, the wedge. So you'll get glitches coming on here in very predictable times. You'll see them move in a straight line. You'll expect the beam to shoot up from here. It has to happen. And you'll have to have one come from down here in a V, which will most likely be these two stations here again. And you'll probably expect to see that beam right around this day here. So I'm predicting, I'm predicting the glitch for a big blast. Or we'll say maybe they'll have a solar mass ejection that day and say there's an X flare happening on my time on the 27th day, 11th month at 11 o'clock. You're going to see blasts. To make that flow, they have to do that, and they have to pop another heated area through here. But you could do that with chem flow. I could put something here in a V shape, or send a radar out in a V and very easily achieve this move. You're going to be hard on down here with your glitches. So expect this radar station to be off, or occasionally so the donut, Homer's donut, will be down here. Yeah, the wicked glitch goes down to the donut shop. And they'll shut these down. This one will do a swirl. It has to sweep the chem, and it'll sweep the chem down here and creates a flow out to sea. And if the curve is like that direction, right, it hems it in the loop as it rotates around. Because it'll be heat in the air in some places, but the vortex coming in will be how you call it, a toroid on the inside. So you'll have a dual flow going in multi directions, depending on the electrical potential of the atmosphere being drawn down. As you can see, that's a line tendril. This is what, about 5,000 miles? Let's have a look. I'm curious. How long would that if that tendril was to be measured? If I go from up here to over here, how much space is covered? All right, let's just do a straight line distance. If I do chemtrail from here to here, I'd be 5,281 kilometers long. And in miles, that's I gotta stop mixing things like that up. I said citron instead of peridot today on a video. I was just filming my finger or something that I haven't finished polishing it correctly. I noticed a little tarnish. It's 3,282 miles long. That if you was to lay a line of chem that line, and kind of we did, it's kind of been done in a roundabout way. They're all touching each other. They're all tendriling. Even if it isn't being picked up on a satellite, as you zoom in, you see that hazed out plasma, but you also see a boom, boom, boom on a lower deck going on, exploding. Your future away. What we got? Number 9. On repeat. Over and over again, your weather. Watch your 6, not your 9. Boom, 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 went the plume over here in Australia, near between Charleville and the old Quilpie. The Quilpie, that's when you didn't shave for a few days. It's a bit quilly. Watch the Quilpie. It tends to cut the banjo string. Nah, 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 nah. Have a big chemtrail, boom, 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 plume, boom, 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 plume, boom, 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 plume. The sickness mix with the desert dust. That's not so healthy. Doom, do, do, do. If you deny chemtrails, you're a chemtrail denier. You deny that man itself, through the actions of philanthropists, are putting chemicals in the atmosphere that are by proxy changing the climate itself. With tendrils of not vitamins in this guy. He's giving you a gammon. You want some ham? Wow, look at this, huh? Boy, did you get smashed. The bimbos have been over in the conservatory of bimbos, over breaking the hell. They're busting my balls every morning seeing this. Today was going to be the day I turned it in, and he said, yes, no chemtrails to see anywhere in the world. We get it back. I'm going to show everybody. We did this. But here it is, 22nd day, 11th month, of the day of the doses in a year that has been nothing but a big old shit. A dose. Weather after weather since February. And here it is, November. 3/4 of a year I have been predicting what would be catastrophic floods, which are becoming just the normal weather for this year. Let's not leave solar minimum cycle out of this equation either of what happens with weather. And you need to do your homework on that. As they booming and they're pluming, and you're opening up your window, this stuff's easing in your rumens, man. So they're getting on your pillows and you're rolling around and sneezing. Your eyes start itching, your head stuffed up as soon as you lay down. Because you didn't cover your bed with a sheet and take it off before you go to bed. Yeah, you ever think about stuff like that? You better. You lay down with chem bomb hair after going out all day. something go here and spread out the opposite direction of a wind. Something not dissipate properly. That is a chemical trail in the sky. That is pollution. Yeah. Mud Dauber area. My God, here's another one. It's a big long one. Chemtrail going across your sky, stealing your sunshine, stealing it, taking it, having it, having it, having it. And Gimpy Pyramid is blowing out its usual effect. Aim, you'll love it, that place. You'll watch amazing things happen. Chem bombs gone off the coast here. If we don't show this, it's going to go unseen. We must not be the ones that don't speak out, as they're slating this area for a terrible flooding event, a terrible amount of rain. It's a big V shape of crap with an emanation point. You got some military going on out here, and is this just like we're going to fly out there and come back, do the recon things, and meanwhile they're polluting your sky? That's not too cool. And you shouldn't be having your war games so close to the peaceful population of people using the kind of fuels that are not as regulated as the ones that are used by the public. As we look at the Martin Bay bugs out here getting you, it'll fall out of them. A little metallic taste there. If you get all your amalgams taken out and you have to still taste like fillings, your food, and something's going on. Something's settled into it. And you can't settle for stuff like that when the Gold Coast is far from golden in my eyes. It's a shit smear of chem bomb crap with square clouds off the coast and chemtrails in every fucking which direction you can fucking imagine. From Tweed's Heads to Kingscliff to the Spring Brook. That is not one of them kind of springs you'd be wanting to drink out of. With the bombs going off here, and here. And Mount warning, danger, chem bomb area. The Golden Triangle is in imminent danger over the next 2 weeks. You've got plenty of warning. But evidently there's a Golden Triangle down here too, and I stand corrected. And danger, this Golden Triangle too. You're getting fried like fucking bugs today. And look what's headed your way. Look at having it. Come on, we got to see the loopiness of the frayings first. Okay, somebody asked about this. This is the wicked glitch I keep talking about. They create these heated walls of electromagnetic frequency wind flows. Yeah, that nothing could come through here, and it pins the moisture. Look at the pulse shape of this here. A big V pointing right at here. Boom, 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 boom. In a smaller V. Let's see if I can catch this. Here we go. I'll have a shot of that. See the pulse here? 1, 2, 3 in a V shape? That's causing 3 distinct lines of storms. That's done with a pulsation like one of those big womp. Boom, boom, boom. So if they were showing this radar station here, it would be doing a ring. It's the one next to it. See it? You just start to see it. They're doing a pulse. See if we can catch it. We can bust this. No. Pulse here is in a circle, but something's doing a womp over here. It's not showing up. That's all I can say in my honesties. And if we ain't being honest, what are we being? We're being a wanker. There's plenty of them out there. We don't take the shilling to tell the weather. Yes, if you'd like to support my work, that's fantastic. You may do so at paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. Or buy some jewelry. I have a couple custom pieces I put out every couple days. Things that are unique that I find in my travels. Alice is frying. Big square was going off on other ones. We got a lot of radar reading I could do here with electromagnetic pulses. Which when you got these radars that can pulse more than one level of the atmosphere, we often see things. How would I put this? I want to see that. Look at this square. This is that's a slam bust. Slam bust. Right, as we move out, see that's a pulsator. He's like a speaker. You're putting out waves, boom, 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 boom. And this is one layer of the atmosphere. That's another layer, and that's another one out there as this thing is going up. And that's why you're seeing such a weird looking things here. That's on that layer of the atmosphere, that's happening square. And this layer here is pulsating. Right? So we have to look at these scientifically and objectively. Now, as I move back, we get a good shot of a beam also pinning in here, right? That's going to hold storms to the north here and condemn this area here, right? This will hold this moisture down here. Expect this to come more hard on that day they go to make that V. See if we can catch this station. All right, that's a nice shot of it there. Hey, Bureau of Morons. Hey, I think you missed one. We get timestamp on this? Yeah. This is direct evidence of electromagnetic frequency holding moisture in particular ways. Nothing's coming through here without this saying so. And as this beam comes out, the pinch point of the curl of this is here. And this will actually bounce back a bit off of the beam of that and create a reverberation of sound. Infrasonic undulations will then begin to occur in the atmosphere. This one here is a convective thing that if you looked at it sideways, it'd be doing this, like an oar stroke through the air. And if they move that sideways, you get other effects. And we call that a pencil beam, or it sparks. A spark gap has occurred between the potential of electricity between this station and this station, but you can make that occur by increasing the electrical flow through here, or using lasers or other devices that may be at this installations that I don't have information on. Get a radar ray coming out here. So let's go up the coast there, see if we can see it. Well, that went well wrong. All right, let's do this differently. Let's go to the national again. Let's have a look at this one. We will have a look at the green veil. Oh, yeah, she's full on blasting. Absolutely frying. We get up. Yeah, that's 100% going on there. Let's go in a little bit to the 260. Influence in the weather. It's going to cause the demise of a lot of stuff up here. Bzzz, getting fried. The pulsator. Here she is, vibrating, folks. There she is. The speaker has spoken, and that looks like a very chaotic frequency. That's not the beautiful love frequency. That's chaos. It's headache inducing. It's not good for the water in your body or the cells in your body and how you might feel emotionally during such times of such heavy duty weather manipulation is going on here. Yeah, you definitely have absolute 100% signs of weather manipulation and fryings going on. And do we see it up here as well? Yeah. Psst. See the fray? See? See the evidence, the interference pattern of electromagnetic frequency going on up here? You see where we are? See the bombs? And this is going to be influencing your weather. They have to make a heated corridor up here to keep that moisture down here. And they're keeping it well bombed so that the waveform can propagate through the medium that is the atmosphere. On different levels of the atmosphere might require different mediums to achieve what effects are needed to achieve the weather plans, is the only way I can put that. And this is the weather plan for the 28th. You're fucked. Yeah, absolutely smashed. And I'll cover the UK separate because we're going to have a hell of a night. But enjoy the clear day today, UK. We're going to get smashed. My time here about 6 in the morning. London about 4 a.m. Big lines coming through. Big dangerous weather. So I'll cover that maybe this afternoon. All right? All right. Let me give you a couple of hashtags. Hashtag your own fucking self and do something about this shit. Right? Hashtag that. Hashtag exposed to 28. Pedophilia is a terrible thing to keep hidden. And the justice system should not only serve the government, it should serve us. Right? It should actually, you know what? Judges should be blind when they come in. Blindfold them so we can finally get real justice, and they'll never see if a dollar bill is being waved under a nose of somebody. Let's go play golf, Bill. You know, that kind of thing. And man, if you guys leave Dan fucking this dickhead over here in charge on voting day, shame on you. I'll stop covering your weather. You'll deserve everything you fucking get. Hashtag let's help Chase. Hashtag, my God, look what they've done to you. Now look at this. Hashtag no more hashtags. As the sickness descends on all these towns that didn't ask for this. Moving and moving and moving over the last 4+ hours. Streaming and streaming. Frying people down here in Orange and Parks. And then going out to sea and settling on animals that, well, not enough consideration is given to, even though they're used as the flag to wave to do the change. And this is poisoning their environment as well. And as I stream up the coast, and I zoom out, I see that the fuckery needs some serious unfuckery going on. Because if you don't do something about the fuckery is gonna fuck you. And it's time to say fuck you to the fuckery. Okay? Big love, fuckers. Peace out.